Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a love oracle for today. Today is Saturday, February 14th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. You can look at it as affirmations because we're doing morning affirmations right now. You can look at it as love oracle, a collective, however you want to look at it. Take what energy is meant for you. Leave the rest, right? This is The Price of Love Oracle by Crystal Banner. You guys know, if you follow, if you subscribe, this is like one of my favorite decks. You can find this at kaleidadope.com. She also has an Etsy shop. It's like $50. It is one of the best decks. It is one of my favorite decks. I love it. Y'all know. I have almost all of her decks. There are a few. There was one that I wanted, and I literally just missed out on it. I went to go buy like 3 of the decks that I didn't have, and she was sold out of it. I'm assuming that means she wasn't printing it anymore. I should go back and look and see. We got 3 on the table. We keep getting this. Like every other read, we keep getting breakup and makeup, breakup and makeup. Who's doing this? And I can't I can't really say anything, right? I've done this in the past. Recently in the past, technically. With that guy from 2023. Although I did tell you guys that he messaged me like, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I never responded. All right, 2 more shuffles. We got 3 on the table. Last shuffle. I feel like this reading is the story of my life, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, okay. There we go. We got that. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck, money versus love, interference, contract. Wasn't that part of our reading like last week or a couple days ago maybe? Top of the deck is mirroring, sawday, sparks. Yeah, those are like the cards from the one reading. They're all there. All right. We got 6 with bottom of the deck. Let me get these in order because I want to line them up. We got dead end. We got breakups and makeups. We got robotic. We got unfinished business. We got friendship. I'm going to ask you guys a question because I want your opinion. I want opinions. I want people to leave comments. Seriously. And bottom of the deck, forgiveness. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. I have a question. So when we talk about past people, right? Like we don't want past people to come back, right? Okay, and I'm always honest with you guys. The guy in 2023 that I was friends with benefits with, I broke up with him. We were together from like February to the first week of July. I broke up with him because I thought he was seeing someone else. He was seeing someone else. He got into a relationship with this woman a month after I broke up with him. He was seeing her. Let's just be honest. In 2025, February 2025, he reached out to me. We started talking. I said, if you want to be friends, we can be friends, but nothing more. After 2 months, he got mad at me because like he was trying to work me. He wanted to have sex with me. He wanted to, he wanted to cheat on his girlfriend, who he was still with. In September of 2025, he reached out to me. We talked. We ended up hooking up 3 times, I want to say. 2 or 3 times. I told him to scat. I said, you have a girlfriend. I'm interested in more. Like there's no point in this for me. You know, like this is like for me it was a dead end, right? I said, you know, just go your own way and just leave me alone. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, he reached out to me under the guise of asking me if I was okay because there was an accident on the road that leads to my warehouse where I work, right? I did not answer him. Okay. That's a past person, right? We had a past connection. They're a past person. I now no longer want to have contact with him. I didn't respond to him. It's in the past, right? So, how do you guys feel? And we had a connection, friends with benefits, but it was still a connection, right? It was a situation. How do you guys feel about past people that you never had like a relationship with, a sexual connection with? Like somebody like let's say you were friends, maybe you were like going towards a relationship and then for whatever reason it just didn't take off. It didn't go anywhere. You know, maybe two people moved away from each other, maybe someone went in another direction and someone just did their own thing. Like for whatever reason something just didn't happen, it didn't take off. Do you guys consider that I should say it like this, do you automatically consider that a past person you would want nothing to do with? Or do you guys consider that a past person that maybe it just wasn't the right time? Or do you guys consider that, how do I say it? I had a third option and I forgot what it was. A past person you wouldn't go back to, a past person, it just wasn't the right time. There was a third option. I literally just had it in my head and I forgot it. You do this to me all the time. All the time. Literally, it just like poof, poof, like smoke. Okay, well, we'll just leave it at the two options. Would you consider going back to a past person that it didn't the relationship didn't take off, it just kind of for whatever reason? Is that a past person you would go back to? Or is that not a past person? Like you wouldn't go back to any past person whatsoever. And I'm not even throwing time in there, right? Because a week, a month, a year, 10 years, I mean, what does it matter? A past person is a past person. What I'm saying is if you were in a connection with somebody and it didn't go anywhere, and for some reason that were to come back into your life, would you take that back into your life? Or would you consider that null and void? Like it's in the past, leave it there. Even if there wasn't anything bad going on there, even if you felt like you just had a fall, you know, like you just kind of fell away from each other and went your separate ways, would you still not take that past person back just because it's in the past? I kind of want to know people's thoughts on that. Cause when I first started the channel, I used to say, "Oh no, they're in the past. No, you don't take them back." But it's kind of funny because in the last 2 years, over 2 years now since I started my channel, I mean, my thoughts and my feelings have evolved, and I don't want to say I don't look at it like, oh, now you're desperate, so you'll take a past person back. But at the same time, like realistically, when you look at a connection, if there was no malice there, if there was no real heartache there, if two people just, you know, what for whatever reason went their separate ways, why wouldn't you get into a connection with that person if they were to come back and you were to feel like that was authentic? And no, I'm not asking for the guy in 20. Like I said, that's done and over. I'm just saying in general, like what type of past person would you take back, if any? Or again, if you wouldn't take anybody from the past, tell me, let me know. I would be interested to hear. Because I feel like my thoughts and my ideas have changed on that subject. Because I feel like there's certain past people like I would take back and certain ones I wouldn't. And I guess I'm not even really just talking about lovers. It's easy to use that as an example, but even like friends. I've said this before, like there's certain friends I would take back into my life and there's ones I wouldn't, right? I've talked about that in detail before. If you know, you know. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. So, 10 minutes later. So here's the deal. This is friendship. Okay, this is not a lover situation. I mean, it could have been like a friendship that would evolve into a lover situation, but take how it resonates. Somebody thought this was a dead end. You, the other person. There was always this breakup, makeup, like, we're friends, we're not friends. It felt very like robotic. It felt very mechanical. Like, oh, okay, we're not friends right now. Okay, we're friends. Oh, okay, it's been a month, we're not friends. Oh, look, it's 6 months and now we're friends. Like somebody or maybe both people are looking at it like we just keep going through this cycle. Like it never ends. It's robotic, right? Like it just hello, yeah, I'm a robot. I'm a relationship. like but that's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. Like like one or like you and the other person or two people, right? Like they're looking at it like almost like why does this keep happening? There's unfinished business there. Again, this is a friendship. Could it lead to a lover situation? Of course. I mean, anything could, right? But it's a friendship. Okay, my eye is like I always have issues with my eye on here. Always. Whatever the case, there's unfinished business between friends. It's going to lead to some type of conversation, some type of confrontation, and there's going to be forgiveness there. Like two people are going to forgive each other for something. I think a part of growing up, a part of learning, a part of healing, is recognizing, right, like your part in a situation. This very much gives to me like two people finally coming to terms with their role in this friendship. Like the fact that, yeah, I could have been right, but I could have been wrong too. And it's like both people recognizing this and having that epiphany moment and taking accountability for their actions and their inaction. And it's like two people finally coming together to have a conversation. And it's funny because I watched one of my favorite readers this morning. He does sign readings uh pretty much every day, although every once in a while like he skips a day. I think usually Saturday night or Sunday night he skips. Um Kind of like how I don't do Sunday collectives in the evening. He posted a reading, and you guys know me. I only watch Gemini because I'm a Gemini. I watch Virgo because I'm a Virgo rising. And then lately, ever since the last Mercury retrograde, I have been watching Aries because I'm an Aries moon. And for some reason, like the Aries readings really have been resonating for me for the most part. So, especially with this specific reader, I love and adore him. I've posted for him before. He's Possessed 777. I love him. I think he's amazing. I think he's great. He is literally one of my favorite readers. Probably him and Through Lynn's Eyes. I posted for Lynn too. They're my two favorite readers, I'm not gonna lie. I also like Callie Tarot. She's the cute little redhead with the glasses. Um, they're my top three, I would say for sure. Um, anyway, he did a posting and he was talking about um I think it was the Virgo reading because I think that was the last one I just watched. And he said, how How easy is it to have a conversation? Just have a conversation. Like why are people, like why are two people in a connection or not in a connection and they're questioning, like they have questions, but they don't talk to each other? Whoever this is, have the conversation. Reach out, have a conversation. Say, hey, can we meet for coffee? Hey, can I talk to you at the water cooler? Like, hey, can I, meet you at the Jewel? I don't know, whatever. But can we have a conversation? And I don't even I don't even necessarily know that in every situation there's going to be a need for forgiveness, but it just very much gives a need to have a conversation and air some grievances, say what you have to say, feel what you have to feel. And I think like two people will be better off after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you have friendships, when you have relationships, when you have situationships, right? A lot of people don't know how to communicate. A lot of people don't know how to express themselves, how to say what they're feeling, that kind of thing. And then I also think, and I fall into this category, like I know how to communicate, but I'm afraid to say something to the other person because I don't want to upset them. I don't want them, you know, to be upset in a good way, and I don't want them to be upset in a bad way. Does that make sense? It's kind of like when I was in love with the guy at work and I didn't want to like be forceful, so I wrote him a little letter and my friend gave it to him. Like I did that because I didn't want to like be off-putting. I didn't want to be forceful. I didn't want to like get up in his face and be like, "Hey, talk to me." You know what I mean? Like I was trying to give him an outlet to say something back without like putting him on the spot, I guess you would say. Like I didn't want to put him on the spot. Like I wanted him to feel free to have the conversation, but have it like in his own terms. Like he could have come to me and talked to me face to face, right? Or he could have just wrote another letter, gave it to my friend, she would have given it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to like I always feel like plus I feel like sometimes, and I've said this before, like I get too forceful in conversations. I get too, I don't want to say bitchy, but like I don't want to say demanding. I don't know. I feel like my energy sometimes comes off really strong, and when I have a firm belief on where I stand, it's very hard for other people to break that in me. Like I know what I know, I feel what I feel, it is what it is, right? And I don't ever want to put somebody in the position where they feel like they're being bombarded or they're being bamboozled or they're being beat down by me and my words. Do you know what I'm saying? Cuz again, I can be a little forceful cuz Geminis tend to be really amazing communicators. Seriously. We are, if not the best communicator of the zodiac, we are one of the best. And like I know this. I mean, part of who I am is a writer, right? Like I'm good with words. So I don't, and I've told you guys before, like that situation with the woman at work where like I gave it to her and then I felt bad because I realized like I just shouldn't have treated her like that. Like I don't want to put people in those positions, you know? I mean, sometimes I do things like jokingly or whatever. I mean, I don't know if people get that or not. Sometimes my humor is a little dry, but um yeah. I don't know that there's necessarily anything to forgive here. I think every situation would be different, but I definitely think there's some type of conversation needed because otherwise this is just going to keep repeating itself. E- And it's not to say like a cycle doesn't close, right? Because after so much time passes, it's kind of like, okay, well, it's too late, right? To me, when you feel that energy, that means the cycle is closing or it's closed. That's just how I feel about it. I don't think there's like, oh, like a definitive, oh, like the cycle closed. I feel like if you feel like that cycle closed, like you feel like it's too late, like you feel like it's too late to apologize or receive an apology, then it probably is the cycle closed. But you're still going to have that energy. You're still going to have that energy of feeling like there was no closure. Like, you know what I mean? Like the energy is still out there that it's unfinished. It's just better to have that conversation if you can, in my humble opinion. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Again, I wouldn't be forceful about it. Like if you are in a situation like this with a friend, a lover, a family member, and you say, "Hey, can we have a conversation?" and they say no, then you have to live with that. You have to figure out how to deal with that. Don't ever force yourself upon anybody else. And that's just my opinion. Take what you will from that, but I that's why I said, like, I wrote the guy the letter because I didn't want to force myself upon him. He didn't answer. He didn't want to have a conversation. I let it be. I moved on with my life as best I could. So don't ever just my opinion, don't force yourself on anybody, but definitely put the energy out there if you want to have a conversation, if you want to have some type of resolution to conflict, if you want to try, you know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm going to leave that there. I hope it resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to you later.